increasingly it's becoming very difficult for me to commit to anything for that matter. And I can understand that it is very difficult for people with a schedule to accept it. It's not going to work for most people. But for me, to commit is not going to work. That's to be very honest with you. That's the kind of life that I have started to live. And you may have noticed that and those people who have been following me for a long time, that I used to go to New York fairly frequently. And now very rarely I go, and I have cancelled many times. But now, for this event, I have made some sort of a commitment to the people that I would come, but I wanted to make sure that that it is worth my travel and my taking my personal time out to come and see you, and that is the most important thing. I do believe that the live event is certainly by far better than a Zoom event or any other event, and that's a literal truth. So for now I have committed, and it's a great time to be there in New York when the sun is moving into Aries. And that is really the beginning of the new year. The sun entering into Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. And for those of you who were fortunate to be with me in India for the birthday trip, knew already that I have dropped many of my old teachings, and I have gotten into new teachings, and that I want to share with you in that live event, where you can get to know where I am and what teachings I am doing. And I must confess that the teachings that I now know are by far the most powerful one, the most fulfilling one as far as I am concerned. So that I want to share with you how you can get into a higher state of consciousness. One thing that comes to my mind as I am making this video is, I am convinced, and I am now living that reality, which I want you to live that reality. There is nothing outside. There is literally nothing outside. Everything is we project from our own mind. The things that we say outside, whether it is money, whether it is relationship, and this happens minute by minute, provided you are aware of what's happening within you. If you are not aware, you will miss it. If you are totally aware, conscious, you will know that you are controlling, you are projecting what you want to see. Unfortunately, the things we see most of the time are negative things. And we have to take responsibility for that, because we project those negative things. And to be in a state of consciousness, wherein you are in control of things, then you will be able to project the right things. As long as you are on the earth plane. Okay. And it really gives me a lot of pain that we have not been given a life that is worth living. Every one of us. On the level of the body, it's a body that is aging and creating diseases, and it is a struggle to live with this body, which creates tremendous amount of restrictions, and the mind being ignorant. So the human evolution is the only way where we can become angels, and that is my dream, and I am committed to that. I'll tell you, I am really committed to that. Not only in this lifetime, I have been committed to it in all this lifetime, although it has not happened, but I'm confident that this would be the time that we would get, at least for those people who are evolved and who can relate to what I am saying and who can commit to that, and that will be a possibility. But most people say this is, it's quite natural for people to die, and then why do you want to change nature? Is there anybody who is not dying? Everybody is dying. It's not true. It is simply not true. The Siddhas of my tradition had their own goal as this technology, to acquire this technology to turn the body into light. God bless.